Little Emily clutched her teddy bear tighter, her wide eyes brimming with tears as she tugged on the sleeve of the tall man in the fancy suit. "Sir, my mommy's crying in the bathroom," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the bustling office. What happened next would change 3 lives forever, and it's a story that will tug at your heartstrings like nothing else. If you're ready for an emotional roller coaster that reminds us all of the power of kindness in unexpected places, hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales that prove heroes walk among us every day. You won't want to miss what's coming up. It was a rainy Tuesday morning in the heart of New York City, where the skyscrapers pierced the gray sky like indifferent giants. Sarah Thompson, a single mother of 32, hurried through the lobby of Apex Innovations, her worn-out heels clicking unevenly on the marble floor. She balanced a stack of files in one arm and her 5-year-old daughter Emily in the other, who was bundled up in a too-small coat that Sarah had bought from a thrift store last winter. Today was Bring Your Child to Work Day, an event Sarah had dreaded but couldn't avoid. As a junior accountant in the finance department, she was already skating on thin ice. Late nights at the office had led to missed deadlines, and her boss had hinted at cutbacks. But with no babysitter and her ex-husband long gone, what choice did she have? Sarah's life hadn't always been this chaotic. Once upon a time, she dreamed of becoming a teacher, inspiring young minds with stories of adventure and hope. But life had other plans. A surprise pregnancy at 27, followed by a messy divorce when Emily was just a toddler, left her scrambling to make ends meet. She took the job at Apex because it paid the bills, barely. Rent in the city was skyrocketing, and Emily's asthma treatments ate up what little was left. Sarah often skipped meals to ensure her daughter had fresh fruit and milk. Nights were the hardest. After tucking Emily in, Sarah would collapse on the couch, staring at the ceiling, wondering if she'd ever catch a break. As they entered the elevator, Emily fidgeted excitedly. "Mommy, is this where you fight dragons?" she asked, her innocent imagination turning the corporate world into a fairy tale. Sarah forced a smile. "Something like that, sweetie. Just remember to be quiet and color in your book while Mommy works." The doors opened on the 15th floor, and Sarah led Emily to her cramped cubicle, surrounded by the low buzz of keyboards and muffled phone calls. Colleagues nodded politely, but Sarah felt their judgmental glances. Whispers about that single mom who can't keep up had circulated for months. The morning dragged on. Sarah dove into her spreadsheets, her fingers flying across the keys as she tried to reconcile a massive client account. Emily sat on the floor, scribbling with crayons, but soon grew restless. "Mommy, I need to potty," she announced a bit too loudly. Sarah sighed, glancing at her screen. She was so close to finishing. "Okay, honey, let's go." They headed to the women's restroom down the hall, a sterile space with fluorescent lights that hummed like angry bees. Inside, Sarah helped Emily, but as her daughter washed her hands, the weight of it all crashed down. The overdue bills piling up at home, the email from her boss earlier that morning demanding overtime she couldn't afford, the fear that she'd lose this job and end up on the streets, it was too much. Sarah slipped into a stall, locked the door, and let the tears flow silently. She bit her lip to stifle sobs, not wanting Emily to hear. But children have a way of sensing these things. Emily knocked softly. "Mommy? Are you okay?" Sarah wiped her eyes quickly. "I'm fine, baby. Just, give Mommy a minute." Emily waited, but the minutes stretched. Confused and worried, she wandered out of the restroom, teddy bear in tow, her little feet padding down the hallway. The office was a maze to her, tall people in suits rushing about, papers flying. She spotted a man standing by the water cooler, looking important with his crisp tie and shiny shoes. He was Alexander Hale, the CEO of Apex Innovations, a 45-year-old self-made billionaire known for his sharp business acumen and no-nonsense demeanor. Rumors swirled about him, ruthless in boardrooms, distant from employees, focused solely on profits. He rarely mingled with the lower floors, preferring his penthouse office with panoramic views. But Emily didn't know any of that. To her, he was just a grown-up who might help. She tugged on his pant leg. "Sir?" Alexander looked down, surprised. "Well, hello there. Are you lost, little one?" Emily shook her head, her lip quivering. "My mommy's crying in the bathroom. She won't come out." Alexander's brow furrowed. "Crying? In the bathroom?" He knelt to her level, his voice softening in a way his executives had never heard. "What's your mommy's name, sweetheart?" "Sarah," Emily replied. "She works here." "With numbers." Alexander's mind raced. Sarah Thompson, he vaguely recalled her name from HR reports. A reliable worker, but struggling. He could have dismissed it, called security or HR to handle the family issue. But something in Emily's eyes, pure, unfiltered worry, stirred a memory from his own past. Alexander had grown up in a single-parent home, watching his mother cry herself to sleep after long shifts at a factory. She'd sacrificed everything for him, and he'd vowed to build an empire so no one he cared about would ever suffer like that. Yet, in his climb to the top, he'd forgotten the human side of business. "Show me where she is," he said gently, taking Emily's hand. They walked back to the restroom. Alexander knocked on the door. "Sarah? This is Alexander Hale. Your daughter is worried about you. Can we talk?" Inside, Sarah froze, her heart pounding. The CEO? Oh God, this was it, she was fired for sure. She emerged, eyes red-rimmed, trying to compose herself. "Mr. Hale, I'm so sorry. Emily shouldn't have bothered you. It's been a tough day." Alexander waved off her apologies. "No need. Let's go to my office. Bring Emily." Sarah followed numbly, her mind spinning with dread. The elevator ride to the top floor felt eternal. His office was a stark contrast to her cubicle, plush leather chairs, a massive desk, and a view that made the city look like a toy model. Emily's eyes widened at the grandeur. "Is this a castle?" she asked. Alexander chuckled. "Sort of. Have a seat, both of you." What followed was not a reprimand, but a conversation that peeled back layers of pain. Sarah poured out her story, the divorce, the financial strain, Emily's health issues, the constant fear of failing as a mother. Alexander listened without interruption, his usual stoic facade cracking. "I know what it's like," he admitted quietly. "My mom raised me alone. She worked 3 jobs, and I promised myself I'd make it big to honor her. But somewhere along the way, I forgot that companies are made of people, not just numbers." Emily, sensing the shift, climbed onto Sarah's lap and hugged her. "Don't cry, Mommy. The nice man will help." Alexander smiled faintly. "She's right. I will." He picked up his phone and called HR, effective immediately, promote Sarah Thompson to senior accountant with a 30% raise. And set up a flexible schedule for her, remote options when needed. Sarah gasped. "Mr. Hale, I don't know what to say." But he wasn't done. "Also, enroll her daughter in our employee health program. Cover any medical costs for asthma treatments. And Sarah, take the rest of the week off, paid. Use it to rest." The office buzzed with whispers as news spread. The ruthless CEO helping a single mom? Unheard of. But Alexander went further. He announced company-wide changes, expanded parental leave, on-site childcare, and mental health support. "We've been focused on profits," he said in a memo, "but true success comes from lifting each other up." Sarah's promotion came with mentorship from Alexander himself, who saw in her the determination his mother had. Over months, she thrived, her confidence blooming. Emily's health improved, and Sarah even started a support group for working parents at Apex. Challenges weren't over, though. Sarah faced jealousy from colleagues, questioning if she'd earned her spot. One coworker, Mark, a competitive accountant, spread rumors that she was getting special treatment. It culminated in a tense meeting where Mark accused her of favoritism. Sarah, heart racing, stood her ground. "I've worked hard every day, just like you. But life isn't fair sometimes, and kindness isn't weakness." Alexander, overhearing, stepped in. "Mark, if you can't support your team, maybe this isn't the place for you." Mark backed down, and slowly, the culture shifted. Emily, now 6, drew a picture for Alexander, a stick-figure family with him included. "You're like a superhero," she said during a visit. He hung it on his wall, a reminder of why he did what he did. Sarah and Alexander's relationship deepened, not romantically, but as friends and allies. He attended Emily's school plays, and Sarah helped him reconnect with his estranged mother, who he'd neglected in his busy life. Years passed. Apex Innovations became a model for employee-friendly companies, profits soaring because happy workers meant better results. Sarah rose to department head, inspiring others with her story. At a company gala, she took the stage. "I was at my lowest, crying in a bathroom, thinking it was over. But one act of unexpected kindness changed everything. Remember, we're all human. Lift someone up, you might just save a life." As the story ends, think about the Emilys and Sarahs in your world. A small gesture can spark massive change. If this tale moved you, smash that like button, subscribe for more heartwarming stories, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Who knows? You might be the CEO in someone's story. Stay kind, stay inspired.